It's 4 o'clock on Friday, and thank goodness for that. And it's time for another exciting episode of the Taxi Quarantini Happy Hour. Woohoo! Friday. And thank you, fake band. Thank you, fake audience. Hello, everybody. Come on, people. Show up in that chat room. How are you, Dan Weber? I hope somebody shows up. Hi, all. It's only you and I so far, Dan. Oh, man. There's Ed Smarone. I'm in. Yay. Okay, now there's 3 of us. This happy hour ain't... Oh, no. That's just Dan Weber again. This happy hour's not all that happy. Maybe we should start actually drinking. Oh, man. And Alex Dillon, Greg Carosa, there they come. Wow. Greg says, I'm here on my phone, not showing up on my computer. Darren Moss, Wind Chimes, Andre Stepanian, John Pearson, Bob Gunnerfelt, Darren Fletcher, Pierre Venio. I know you've told me this before. Venio. Christopher Jones, Renz Alberg, Peter Rahill, Justin Mather. Hello, guys. How are you? Keith LeBrant. Hello, dude. Dean Markley, Akira Kenyon, Edmund Red, Peter Rahill, golfer. Oh, golfers are out on the course. That's good. The governor will probably have them summarily shut. Space Moose. Ed says he sold his childhood home 3 hours ago, so I have feelings. Aw, Ed, I'm sorry to hear that. Pedro Costa, how are you? Bob Gunnerfelt, let's see, Joseph Alonso. Okay, so today we're just listening to music. We're not judging it. We're just hanging out listening to music. And Bria and or Ariana. Hello, Scott Kirkpatrick. Wow, criteria rules. Scott, you should have been here like 3 or 4 days ago. Ladies and gentlemen, Scott Kirkpatrick is in the house. He also worked at Criteria Studios, and I saw him when I was down there November 1st for the reunion. Very talented player, producer, engineer, all that stuff. He actually has a longer history at Criteria than I do. Hanging in. How are you, Michael? I'm fine, Pedro. Actually, I'm very much enjoying working from home. I've been getting a lot of stuff done, although working way too many hours because it's hard to walk by. You know, my laptop is here 365 days a year, but somehow because we're quarantined, when I walk by it now, I feel like, okay, I should check my email. And every time I check the email, I end up regretting it. I want a taxi hoodie, says Justin. We will make them eventually. Ed Smarone says he never wants to go back to his office again. All right. So anyway, wow, Scott, I cannot believe you showed up for the big show today. That is so cool. So yeah, we're just going to listen to music. Mostly, I think I looked at the playlist before. It looks like mostly music from those of you who are kind of regulars for the Quarantini Happy Hour all the time. Zuma Show, hello. Wow, you live in Agoura Hills, California? Joseph Alonso, I love the taxi hoodie. Can we get one? It's, as I've mentioned before, this one was a one-of-a-kind. It was made as a sample years ago. And when it arrived at the office, I showed it to the staff, and they're all like, meh. So I didn't get any of them made, but if you guys like them, we can get them made. Wow, Zuma is in Agoura Hills, California. I live near there. Keith LeBrant says, if we're not judging today, can I eat directly out of my ice cream carton? Absolutely. Guess what I had for lunch today? Cookies and cream ice cream. I kid you not. That's literally what I had for lunch. Um, okay. Beautiful day in Texas. All right. I am going to mute something on my phone, sending Bria a little thank you. Thanks, ladies. So, Peter Rahal, I have a question for you. When the lady sent me the playlist today, I thought for sure your song Going to Nashville would be on it. I downloaded it to my phone and then couldn't find the folder it was in. So I just had them send it to me and add it to the playlist for today. Is it okay for me to play that? Excuse me. Hello, Tamara Miller. Okay, let me mute my inner office chatter. Mute notifications. Done for 8 hours. Wow. That seems strident. And now I go to Gmail. There it is. And there's the disco playlist. All right. Ray Hill says, yes, I can play his song. All right. So again, we're not voting today. We're just hanging out, listening to music. Because it's Friday. We haven't done anything kind of this casual. Sorry, my air conditioner's on. I wasn't thinking that well when I got out of the shower and decided to put on the hoodie today because I was going for comfort. I didn't think about the fact that it was probably like 77 degrees downstairs, which it is. So I had to turn on the air conditioner. Hopefully it's not too annoying, and hopefully the music will drown it out. Hello, Ronald Schultz. Okay. So let's have a listen. Do you guys want me to announce the names of the people whose songs are being played as long as we're not judging today? All right, I'm getting a lot of yes, sure. Wow. Cass McKenty says no. Oh, calm yourself, goat boy. All right, so let's have a listen. Let's see what we got here. First one up is Dan Weber, and the song is called One Life to Live. Let's have a listen. Let me know if the level is good for you guys.
You only have
Hard to do two things at once. Good job, Dan. The iCarly audience loved it. Apparently, everybody in the chat room did as well. Hey, Scott, I got to tell you that as soon as the quarantine happened, oh, damn, there we go. As soon as the quarantine happened, the first text I got from any friend anywhere saying, just want to see how you're doing, buddy, was from Trevor. I couldn't believe it. I got such a lump in my throat. I only met Trevor like 5 years ago. Well, I met him when he was a toddler. And his mom and I are very close. Trevor is the manager of Criteria Studios now, but he's been there literally since birth. And about 5 years ago, I was there, I think, giving a speech at my alma mater, the University of Miami, and I drove up to Criteria to get a tour to see how it had changed over the decades. And Trevor and I hit it off then, but man, when I was back there for the reunion with you guys, I bonded with that guy. He is, if I were going to be trapped on a desert island somewhere and I had to pick somebody to be trapped with other than my family, Trevor would be high on the list. I really, really, really like him a lot. Yep. Scott says Trevor put on such a great pre-party in November. Yep. Yeah, that Friday night thing was awesome. Frankly, I was quite shocked that I was invited to that one. That was kind of, the you got to be on the special list to get in there. So I was very touched that I was included in that. All right, moving on. Let's see what else we got here. All right, this one is called All My Love to You, and it's by Wilton Vaught, or Vote. Get out the vote.
Her name whispered soft in your sleep, says two now are three. In your heart there's a love burning deep, but not for me. All my love to you, I'm giving it every day. All my love to you, giving all my love to you. Your passion you try to disguise. Come closer, you say, with that faraway look in your eyes gives you away. All my love to you, all my love to you, I'm throwing it all my love to you, giving it every day, giving all my love to you. Why can't you understand? My heart is in your hands. Oh no. all my love to you. I'm throwing it all my love to you. Giving it every day, giving all my love to you. All my love to you. Oh, all my love, giving all my love to you. All my love, giving all my love to you. All my love, giving all my love to you. All my love to you.
Nice. That'd be great. What was a movie with Bill Murray where he plays an aging movie star? He's in Japan doing a series of commercials for a Scotch brand, and he falls in love with this much younger woman, but they never actually, do it. But it's a very touching movie, really, really good. And Lost in Translation, one of the greatest movies I think ever. I love that movie. But there's a scene where he goes up to the bar after he gets back from a day of shooting still shots for the Scotch, and this song would have been perfect in that bar, in that scene. Okay, so Scott Kirkpatrick, my friend from Criteria, said that I told a funny story, and somebody the other day asked me to tell this story. I'm sure I've told this story before in Taxi TV, but it's Friday. I'm feeling pretty good, gotta say. Really happy that it's the weekend. I don't have a big workload this weekend, so yay. So, Scott, in your honor, I'm assuming that you're talking about the Ronnie Albert story. I want to make sure I tell the right story, but it's definitely my best Criteria story, although there are many, and I'm sure you've got many more than I have. The stuff we saw during those years. Yep, the Ronnie story. Okay, you guys up for a little story time with Mikey? All right, so I was probably, 6 months, 9 months into my tenure at Criteria, which was back in, I think, 74, 75. I was 19, 20 years old, something like that. Anyway, I had worked like 1 or 2 days on an Eric Clapton session as the third engineer, if you will. They already had a second engineer on it. Eric had brought 2 guys from the Bahamas up to Criteria to do some stuff. He found them on the beach behind his house, got them signed either to a demo deal or record deal with RSO Records, brought them up. Tom Dowd was the producer on it. Pretty sure Carl Richardson was engineering that stuff. Anyway, that's when I first met Eric Clapton, and I was nobody, and you are trained right from day number 1 there. Assistant engineers are to be seen and not heard. So just doing my thing, wrapping cables, cleaning up the room, labeling tape boxes. Clapton took a little liking to me. He came back several months later, maybe many months later, and actually requested that I would be the second engineer on his session. At the time, I was the second engineer on a session in Studio A, about 200 feet away from Studio C, where the Clapton session was going to happen. And I was working with a band called Firefall. So Margie, who was the scheduling manager at Criteria, said to me, hey, Clapton requested you for his session, and it's going to start at like 10, 11 o'clock at night. And I said, Marg, I'm working on Firefall. And so Steve Gursky, who was like 1 notch above me on the assistant ladder, said, hey, man, don't worry about it. I'll set up the room for you over in Studio C. You wrap things up with Firefall if you don't mind staying up all night, which none of us minded staying up all night back in the day. Yeah, I'll set you up. You come over. You look like the pro from Dover. It's all good. I said, wow, thanks, Steve. That's so nice of you. So Firefall wraps up. I go trotting over to Studio C. I stick my face in the control room for a second, and Ronnie Albert is engineering this. Now, you got to understand, Ronnie Albert was royalty at Criteria. He and his brother Howard both worked there. Howard got drafted and went to Vietnam. Ronnie, I believe, jumped in the engineer's seat. He was like 15 or 16 years old to do Layla. Can you imagine that? And man, he made a lot of great records. The two of them, the brothers, made a lot of great records. But while Howie was in the Army, Ronnie was having quite a run there. So there's Ronnie, and Ronnie didn't like me for some reason. He just, maybe it was part of his personality to kind of bust your chops if you were the new kid on the block, which I clearly was. As a matter of fact, they called me the kid. And anyway, so I stick my nose in the control room. How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I walk out into the studio, and there's Eric, and he's sitting there with his black Strat, and he's like tuning, and he's noodling with the amp a little bit. And he goes, "Hey, man, how are you?" And I said, "Wow, good to see you. Thanks for asking for me, requesting me in the session. I really appreciate that. Makes me look good around here." And so Ronnie Albert, who was a little powder keg, starts bringing up the faders in the control room. And normally Criteria, at least this is what I was taught back then, I think, like the bass was always in input number 1, kick drum input number 2, probably snare in number 3. We kind of had a way that it got done most of the time. And so Ronnie Albert starts bringing up the faders, and everything was plugged in the wrong inputs out in the room. I'm pretty sure Gursky, I hate to speak ill of him because he passed away, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, so I hate to speak ill of the recently departed, but I think he set me up. Maybe he thought it would be funny. Ronnie Albert did not think it was funny, and he hit that talkback button and started screaming at me. There's every kind of profanity you can imagine. I mean, screaming. And Clapton's just still sitting there in his chair, noodling on Blackie. And after about, 15, 20 seconds of Ronnie Albert throwing a fit, Eric looks up at me and he goes, "You're not going to take that from him, are you?" And I went, "Well, yeah, I kind of have to. He's royalty around here. I'm nobody." He goes, No. You can't take that from him. You got to do something that will totally blow his mind." So I just started walking out of the studio, through the airlock, into the control room, having no idea what I was going to do. Was I going to yell at him? Who knows? I walked up to Ronnie Albert. He's sitting in the engineer's chair, and I planted a kiss directly on his lips. I have never kissed another man on the lips before or after that. But, I mean, everybody in the room just fell down laughing. Clapton literally fell out of his chair out in the studio. So from that day forward, I was definitely one of Eric Clapton's, part of the inner circle at Criteria. I earned my place by kissing Ronnie Albert on the lips. Scott says, "Yeah, I can hear Ronnie now. He always had a sarcastic side too." Yeah. So anyway, I hadn't seen Ronnie since probably 1981 maybe. He was never very nice to me. It's not like he was a giant jerk, but he was always a little, I don't know. Anyway, so I hadn't seen him in a long time, and now we're both older. A lot of water has gone under the bridge, and several of us were in a group getting a tour of the facility. There were 25, 30 of us that got invited to the pre-party before the reunion Friday night at the studio. That's the thing I was really, flattered to be invited to. And so I'm part of this little group of 6 or 10 people, and we're touring around, and there's a videographer lady. She's shooting all this stuff for somebody's making a, a documentary about Criteria. So anyway, I told that story with Ronnie Albert in the room, and later the videographer lady walks up to me and she goes, "That's definitely going in the documentary." Anyway, there's my funny story. Thanks for bringing it up, Scott. All right, moving on. Bria's probably going, "Okay, Laskow, you're talking too much. Let's play some more music." Moving on. This one is called "A Boy Can Dream" by none other than John L. Pearson. Yay! Featuring Cooper Moss.
never meant to be. Maybe you were always out of my league. But a boy can dream, oh, oh. Yeah, a boy can dream, oh, oh. I still hear it, the sound of your voice. You promised forever when my heart was your choice. I still feel it, the heat of your kiss. Caught in a moment, my heart still relives. Maybe you and me were never meant to be. Maybe you were always out of my league. But if the stars would align, bring you back to my side. Maybe you would see you belong with me.
That was my phone.
Oh, a boy can dream, oh, oh. Oh, a boy can dream, oh, oh. Was it something I did? Oh baby, I'm sorry. Tell me what I can fix, 'cause I still dream it. The love in our kiss, caught in a moment I'll never outlive. Maybe you and me were never meant to be. Maybe you were always out of my league. But if the stars would align, bring you back to my side. Maybe you would see you belong with me. Oh, a boy can dream, oh, oh. Oh, a boy can dream, oh, oh. All I ask is for one chance to change your mind, to have you back. If the stars will collide, send us both into time. Maybe you would be with me. Oh, a boy can dream, oh, oh. Oh, a boy can dream, oh, oh. Yeah, a boy can dream. A boy can dream, dream, dream.
John Pearson, ladies and gentlemen, featuring Cooper Moss. That was great. John Pearson on a roll. Thanks, Scott. See you, buddy. I'm guessing you're leaving. Yeah, I got to say, that weekend at Criteria, Scott had so much to do with putting that together. It was literally one of the best things of my entire life, seeing all these people again, even those of us that didn't even work there at the same time and never knew each other. There's such an incredible bond to that place. You can't really explain it to other people, but if you were there, every one of us got it. Every one of us. It was just amazing. I think I didn't even need a plane to get home and go to the road rally. I think I floated home, so thank you, Scott. All right, next up. I keep getting texts for half-price plane flights now. That's funny. This one was to Hong Kong, Pierre. I'm coming to visit. Oh, look, the air conditioner turned off. All right, this one's called Hypertension by Bob Gunnerfeld, our very own Bob Gunnerfeld, ladies and gentlemen. Yay! Good job, Bob Dunnerfeld. Nice. All right. Let's see. Next. Okay, so this next one, which you actually heard just a second of, is Driving to Nashville by Peter Rahill. Peter, is this the one that you wanted to know about hiring a vocalist for? Well, we're going to find out. I can't. Okay, he says yes. All right, here we go. This is Driving to Nashville by our very own Peter Rahill.
All we own packed into the back of my truck. You and me leaving with a kiss for good luck. Driving to Nashville like we're going to Disneyland. Like the joy of walking, holding on to your hand. Chasing our dream, driving to Nashville. If you say yes, darling, you know that I will. We'll be high-fiving with smiling faces, like hitting a home run and rounding all the bases. Yeah. Our new adventure, unknown and uncertain. The surprise of seeing what's behind the curtain. To hear the crowd in the stadium singing with you and me, they're cheering our song. Chasing our dream, driving to Nashville. If you say yes, darling, you know that I will. We'll be high-fiving with smiling faces, like hitting a home run, then rocking all the bases. What awaits us, we'll just have to find out. But right now, I just wanna shout. Chasing a dream, we're driving to Nashville. If you say yes, darling, you know that I will. They'll be high-fiving and singing along, cheering for our love and loving our song. We're in love and we're driving to Nashville.
Woohoo! Nice job, Peter. Awesome. Okay, where am I? Next one is called Contigo Amor, and this is by Philippe Moon.
Whenever we feel so young to realize where we go. Whenever we see the sky and realize who we are. Whenever you see the moon, remember soon I'll be with you. Whenever you see the moon, remember soon I will love you. Don't worry, baby, I'm gonna be with you all night, yeah. Don't worry, baby, I'm gonna be with you all night, yeah. Contigo, amor, contigo, amor. Recuerdo verte sonreír con cada beso que te di. Me encanta verte tan feliz, ser el eco de tu voz en mí. Whenever you see the moon, remember soon I'll be with you. Whenever you see the moon, remember soon I will love you. Don't worry, baby, I'm gonna be with you all night, yeah. Don't worry, baby, I'm gonna be with you all night, yeah. All night I'm going to be with my girl. Alright, vámonos che preciosa te ves. Puedo ser quien te enamora. I will love you a toda hora. She's the girl that makes me loco. I will love her poco a poco. Mi corazón se descontrola cuando sé que tú estás sola. I'll be the one that makes you loca por un beso de mi boca. All night I'm going to be with my girl. Alright, vámonos, que preciosa te ves. Qué preciosa te ves.
Sorry, that's a crow on my patio setting off my phone.
Gonna be with you all night, yeah. Don't worry, baby. I'm gonna be with you all night, yeah. All night I'm going to be with my girl. Don't worry, baby. I'm gonna be with you all night, yeah. Contigo, amor, contigo, amor.
All right, give me a second to mute the notifications from my security camera out back. Otherwise, the crow is going to keep setting this thing off. Come on. Okay, that should solve that problem. Anyway, great job on that, Philippe. That was awesome. Train the crow to go after the gophers. Well, let's just say that some of the gophers have met the crows. I forgot. Liz is watching. She's going to be pissed off at me now. Let's say that, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Okay, moving on. Let's see, how many do we have here? All right, I got to keep the pace going. This one's called Just Hold On, and this is by Alex Dillon featuring Alexandra.
Sometimes this road is hard to follow. Sometimes the weight's too heavy to bear. Sometimes you feel so dead and hollow. Sometimes it feels like no one cares. Just hold on one more night. Just hold on one more day. Don't give up hope for me. I'm on my way. Just pray with all your might. Keep all your goals in sight. Don't give up without a fight. I'll be with you tonight. Sometimes it seems we miss the mark. Feels like we're reaching in the dark. We want to soar and fly like eagles, but the world just feeds us to the sharks. Just hold on one more night. Just hold on one more day. Don't give up hope for me. I'm on my way. Just pray with all your might. Keep all your goals in sight. can say or imagine more than you can know. I am always with you, no matter where you go.
Wow.
Just hold on one more night. Just hold on one more day. Don't give up hope for me. I'm on my way. Just pray with all your might. Keep all your goals in sight. Don't give up without a fight. I'll be with you tonight. So when you cry yourself to sleep and you think you just can't run the race, remember in just a few more hours the sun will rise to warm your face. Just hold on one more night. Just hold on one more day. Don't give up hope for me. I'm on my way. Just pray with all your might. Keep all your goals in sight. Don't give up without a fight. I'll be with you tonight. I'll be with you tonight.
Excellent job, Alexandra. I bet you know who Idina Menzel is, right? Great job. Thank you for that. All right, let me go back to my list. This one is called The Battleground. I bet you it's an instrumental. It's from Pete Mason. You like that hand-eye coordination? Great job on that. That was incredible. Somebody said your stuff sounds better through my phone than mine does through my speakers. I thought that was great. Really, really good. Okay, where am I? All right, this one is called Unbroken by Christopher F. Jones. Hey, Chris.
Leaves are gently falling, floating in the breeze. Songbirds are singing softly in the trees. The sleep gently drifts on my eyes. I'm ready to fly. My heart's unbroken. My heart's unbroken. Free of the clouds that kept me, I see all alive before me, all the wildflowers in the wind. Unbroken, unbroken. I was frozen in the moment, didn't know quite where to go. Everything I dreamed of, I kept hitting me down low. The words washed away my sadness. It had to be now. My heart's unbroken. My heart's unbroken. We are the clouds that kept me. I see all alive before me, all the power of the ocean. Unbroken, unbroken, unbroken.
Beautiful. That was very nice. Okay. You got to listen carefully to the lyrics on this one. Really, 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 really carefully.
Laptop, cell phone, paper and pen. Anything to record the current mood I'm in.
By Lori Wynn.
Words and phrases, similes and metaphors. Find a sweet melody, tweak it and make it yours. Raise the faders, roll the low end. Get frustrated, then try again. The next Diane Warren, I'm sure to be. Yeah. As soon as I can master broadcast quality. Is the music good enough? Are the lyrics good enough? Is there something missing? Does it fit the listing? Screeners can be tough. Is it needing something more? Is it already too much? When is good enough? Good enough, I guess we'll see. Write, submit, forget, repeat. Write, submit, forget, repeat. Yeah.
That was great. Write, submit, forget, repeat. Where have we heard that before? Okay. Yeah, sorry, I had to give a time out there to our friend Zuma. Zuma, uh, the taxi people are a special group of people that are very supportive of each other. We are not like the people in chats in other places or forums in other places. If you haven't noticed the tone and can't be part of it, then don't be. Just saying. All right. Oops. This one is from Pierre Vigneault, and Charles Edwards. This is called The Oneness of Two.
Sometimes it's true that love can save you. You know what to do, but do you want to? The oneness of two, just me and you. I think I got you. The oneness of two. All we can see lies behind me. It sometimes takes three to set you free. The oneness of two, sacred and true, just me and you. The oneness of two. We are not alone. Don't misconstrue. One and one is here and making more than two. So much to ignore at a table of four. Have to swim for the shore. There must be so much more. The oneness of two. We can make it through. Just me and you. The oneness of two. Counting to five keeps me alive. Taking my heart, broken apart. The oneness of two, together in blue, sticking like glue. The oneness of two. The oneness of two.
Very Nirvana-esque vibe on that. I like it. Um, Dale Markley says, this has been a lot of fun, Michael. Do it again sometime. Of course. Okay, moving on, because I'd like us to not be here till midnight. Chica del Barrio. This is from Joseph Alonso.
Caminando por el barrio va, la calle lo habla y se siente. Si te enamoras te va a atrapar, esto lo digo por tu bien. Una morena con ojos de café, su mirada te va a paralizar. Esa Esa cintura causa accidentes.
¿Sabes quién es?
Es la chica del barrio, tú la conoces, sí, sí. Le gusta rumbear. La chica del barrio, le encanta la noche, sí, sí. Le gusta vacilar. Dicen que algo le pasó, que alguien le falló, que vestida de novia en el altar sola la dejó. Es la chica del barrio y tú la conoces, sí. Ella es así, parece que está dolida. Vive de noche, duerme de día. Una morena con ojos de café, su mirada te va a paralizar. Esa cintura causa accidentes.
¿Sabes quién es?
Es la chica del barrio, tú la conoces, sí, sí. Le gusta rumbear. La chica del barrio, le encanta la noche, sí, sí. Le gusta vacilar. Dicen que algo le pasó, que alguien le falló, que vestida de novia en el altar sola la dejó. Es la chica del barrio y tú la conoces, sí. Caminando por el barrio va, la calle lo habla y se siente. Si te enamoras te va a atrapar, esto lo digo por tu bien. Una morena con ojos de café, su mirada te va a paralizar. Esa cintura causa accidentes.
¿Sabes quién es?
Es la chica del barrio, tú la conoces, sí, sí. Le gusta rumbear. La chica del barrio, le encanta la noche, sí, sí. Le gusta vacilar. Dicen que algo le pasó, que alguien le falló, que vestida de novia en el altar sola la dejó. Es la chica del barrio y tú la conoces, sí. Mas nunca, nunca se enamoró. Esa soy yo.
All right. Next one is called Not Far Away, and this is by Shara D.
Would you be ready if your life ended? What if you wanted to, but you couldn't go? Could you handle addiction taking over you? Every high becoming alone. Please don't cry, he's happy today. Please don't cry, he's not far away. Please have faith, one day you will see. Please have faith, believe me. Angels have spoken, took his hand and led the way. They've not deceived us, we will be with him again one day. Don't cry, he is happy today. He is not far away.
I'm not laughing at the music. I'm laughing because there we go. Applause on that. Brian Whalen says you're out of focus because the window behind your eye now. All right, that was Not Far Away by Shara D, and now we are moving on to Shining Sun by Greg Carozza. Sorry about that less than graceful entrance there, Greg. Nice job on that, Mr. Carozza. And last but not least, we have a song called The Past Remains by none other than Jeff Greenleaf. Hey, Jeff, how are you, buddy? And Justin Mather. So let's have a listen. The Past
remains close. Creeps up like a pretty ghost. Past remains far. Comes down like a shooting star. For me, a shooting star. Just for me. The past remains. Wrote your name in the sand and watched it wash away. It came and went. just like a sunny day for me. A sunny day just for me. The past remains. I can feel you in the air. I can swear you're in my ear. I can taste you on my lips. It's a trip. I can smell you in the roses. The past remains close. It tugs right at my core. Past remains far. Comes down like a shooting star for me. A shooting star just for me. The past remains.
Very nice. Keep dropping that thing. Awesome stuff, you guys. This was a lot of fun. Great way to start the weekend. Hope you all had a great week and enjoyed all 5 of the shows this week. Make sure, please, to hit that thumbs up thing, the blue thumbs up thing. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber yet. What else do I want to tell you? Oh, Monday, I have confirmed that Nate and Kaylee Highfield will be on the show. Excuse me. And trust me, you do not want to miss Monday's show. They're the nicest people on the planet. They're super talented. They have a great attitude. They're very giving. And with a little luck, we'll get Shirley to chime in. I think maybe I'll do a split screen video with them and get Shirley on the phone. Nate and Kaylee Highfield they're in a band called the Highfields. They're in a production unit called The Usual Suspects. They've had tons of really good advertising placements. Their songs are incredibly perfect for advertising. So don't miss the Highfields. Everybody who has seen them at the rally is like, oh man, I can't believe how good that thing was. You will learn a lot. If you want to understand how to make music, how to write songs for advertising, don't miss Monday's show, 4 o'clock, right back here. With that, I bid you all adieu, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks for hanging out all week. Thanks for sending in your music and letting us play it. We will see you in like 72 hours for another exciting episode of Taxi TV. Bye, you guys.